And I'm talking to myself, everybody. Again, good afternoon, good Wednesday, happy Wednesday. I hope you are ready to join us for our hoop letter holder live stitch out. I am ready for all of you. I hope you have sound. You should have sound now. I see some of you writing in no sound. That was my fault. I was tricking you because I was on mute. But here I am now, ready for all of you. Yes, yes. Okay, here we go. Hello. Who do we get? Wait. Oh, hello. Good morning. No, you are not getting deaf. Just me, not turning on my microphone. Okay. Oh, we have people from Mount Vernon, which I think is out in Washington, Seattle-ish area. Seattle area. Hello, Burlington, Ontario. Good afternoon. I keep saying good morning. It's afternoon here. Okay. Clearly, I know the time zone I'm living in these days. Well, hi from Surprise, Arizona. I think we've had them from Surprise, Arizona before. I like that. Surprise. What's the big surprise there? I wonder. I love. Oh, Miss Sherry joins us often. Okay, I must have said hello to your Surprise, Arizona. Rochester, Minnesota. Hello. Thank you for joining. I am from Rochester, New York. Same city, different states, but still kind of get that doom and gloom, a little bit gray area during the winter times. We're having that here in the South today, actually. What are we up to? I am all thrown off. We have a whole new system here. I'm trying to find my numbers to see if we are ready to go, and I can get you started. Maybe I'll give it like another several seconds, 30 seconds, 1 minute. Let's see. Hello from California. Ooh, hello from the Gold Coast, Maine. Okay, I like that. We have lots of California. Ooh, Franklin, Tennessee. I've been there. Love it. Right outside of Nashville. Oh, my girlfriend just moved to Nashville too. Oh, so fun. Love it. Illinois, Colorado. I was just in Denver 2 weekends ago. Lovely, lovely weather when I was there. Heard you got some snow recently, so not sure how you feel about that. Oregon, Fort Wayne, okay. Salina, Texas, Livonia, Michigan. Ooh, Corpus Christi, Texas. I have been out there. Not sure if you've been with Singer out there, but I've done events with Singer out in Corpus Christi, Texas, Ohio, San Diego, one of my favorite cities too. Look at all the shout outs I'm giving this afternoon. All right, I let us go for like a whole nother minute. So I think what I'm going to do is get you all started with our hoop letter holder. Today we're gonna just jump right into it and get you all going with our hoop letter design. Our hoop letter holders are going to look something like this. This isn't the exact design I'll be stitching out today. This is definitely a sample. Super cute little hoop letter holder. It's got this great little pocket. We are going to complete this project in 2 hoopings. Our very first hooping is going to be the pocket portion of the design. So you can see I have, over here, down here, that's our pocket portion. This is the design we're stitching out today. If you do have this collection and you're following along, I am working on design number 7, so HPPL7. That's going to be our pocket. And we will need to use our tearaway stabilizer for that. If you're not super familiar with that type of stabilizer, it feels a bit papery. You can tear it very easily, hence the name tearaway. We like to use a medium weight. So if you would all get your hoops loaded with your stabilizer, load the design, go ahead and, let's see, I'm gonna have to rotate mine, I think. I may need a switch out. It's telling me it needs a larger hoop here.
Okay, the other one's
here we go. Okay, well, we'll do that. Never mind. Let me change my hoop real quick. Thank you. Yeah, I just touched it. Oh, hang on. Nope. The wrong design's loaded. Okay, let's see. Here we go. Okay, locked and loaded. Awesome. All right, make sure your machine is threaded. Mine looks like it's good to go. So I'm just gonna kick us off and get us started here. All right, y'all ready? I'm ready. Here we go. Off we go. let's hit our presser foot, let's hit start button. And the first step of our design is going to be a placement stitch. It'll show us where to place our pocket fabric. This kind of placement is a little bit different. If you've looked ahead in the directions, you might notice that our next step is a folding stitch. So I do want to point out what we've done with our fabric. The fabric here is double the size of the pocket, really, and you can see that in front of me here. The reason for that is because when I end up placing this down on the hoop, let me show you here. Okay. Now my design is, you know, flipped to the side here. Your pocket would look obviously something like this once that's stitched out, but I'm working off to the side. Now I did mention that my fabric is a bit larger than it needs to be, but you will need a larger piece because we are going to use a folding stitch to give us a nice clean seam so that there's no raw edges sticking out. So the one thing you want to make sure of when you are placing your fabric is I want to keep around this arc area, I want to keep 1/2 inch of seam allowance, and then I can just let the rest of it, in my hooping, in my case, I'm going to let the rest of my fabric lean over or hang over to the right side. This is going to allow that folding stitch to stitch out, and I'll be able to fold that fabric over to the right, and I'm going to have a nice clean seam. So again, leave a 1/2 inch of seam allowance around that arced edge. Go ahead and place your hoop back on your machine. Okay, and I'm going to run my next step, which is, oh hi, I hit the threader instead of the presser foot. Okay, good afternoon, good morning. All right, now that next step is just going to be a double plot, or I'm sorry, it's going to be a folding stitch. You're going to see it go back one way, come back in that opposite direction. From here, I'm going to be able to fold that fabric over. I can pull that out. I'm going to pull that out and show you so you can see on the camera right above me here.
Can you tell what size?
Yeah, I believe this is the 6x10. So I am working off of the B size, which is about a 6.5 by 3. This is going to fit in my 6x10 hoop. It's always best practice to use the hoop that is closest in size to the design file that you're stitching out, and that really just helps with keeping the design nice and snug, nice and tight. Sometimes if your hoop is too big and the stabilizer is too loose, it can really mess with the quality and how your design finishes up. So I am using a 6x10 for the B size pocket. Okay, it looks like I could also use a 6x10 for that A size as well. All right, so as you can see, if you're looking down here, you can see my folding stitch right here. All I have to do is take my fabric, I can fold that over. Now I'm gonna pull a little bit tightly. Okay, I'm gonna pull this a little bit tightly, not super tight. I actually am at an odd angle right now, so it's hard for me to pull that over really tight.
Hang on 1 second, Jen. You're just a little blurry. We need
Okay.
to get it to focus.
All right, girl. Are we good? We focused?
Yeah.
We in? Okay. All right, so I'm gonna pull it over, smooth that out. You're gonna give it a finger crease. You have a nice crisp little edge there. Put that back on your machine. Now my fabric just folded back on me, and you want to be careful that you move that out of the way if that happens to you. Okay? So now the next thing that I'm going to run is going to be the placement, or I'm sorry, the tacking stitch, and that's going to go around in an arc, and that is going to attach my fabric to my stabilizer. Now it's going to start down at the bottommost tip of that arch. That's okay. That's just where the digitizing starts it. You'll notice it's going to go up in one direction and come back down with that 2-ply. That's going to hold it nice and tightly to the stabilizer. We got magic hands coming into the camera if you haven't seen them. We are working on getting me non-blurry, I believe. Is that correct?
New equipment, and that's why.
Yeah, we have a whole new setup. We're trying to work this out together, and just bear with us. We appreciate your patience. Okay, so I'll give you a minute. Hopefully we're good. I see the thumbs up in the corner of my eye. Looks like we are blurry free, maybe. We'll see.
It's better now.
Yeah, it looks good. I mean, well, I have really bad eyesight. I can see it, so I don't know. All right, I'm going to continue on with our embroidery. If you're following along with the steps pages, we are going to be on step 4. That is going to be the text that says Notions Nook. So this might be a good time for you to change out your threads. Now with my thread, what I do is I like to clip it at the top, pull it out from the bottom, boom, boom. And we're going to just change this up. So let's go ahead, change our threads out, move along, thread the machine, we hit go, and then our text is going to, all right, off we go. Our text is going to stitch out. So that's going to take a second for us to stitch out. So I think in the meantime, what we're going to do is give away the first prize of the live stitch out. I'm the only one getting excited in the room here. I'm looking around for excitement. I don't see any, so I hope y'all are getting excited. I'm going to give away our first prize. The prize I'm giving away is going to be a $20 gift card code for you to shop all good things on the AnitaGooddesign.com website. Why don't you go ahead and type the word pocket. Since we're stitching out the pocket portion of our hoop letter holder, type out the word pocket and we will be choosing a winner here shortly. Now, just as a reminder for those of you who are new or those of you who are returning Wednesday live stitch outers, if that's even a word, I'm making it up. All you'll have to do once we call our winner is get in touch with our customer experience. Once I do call the winner, we'll put that all up on the screen for you, no problem. You'll be ready and good to go. So in the meantime, I see all the pockets coming in. All right, yes, we have lots of people who want to win. Pocket, go ahead and type that word pocket. I want to see pocket. Look at that, pocket's coming in hot, y'all. Hey, they want to win the prize, they want to win the prize. Dee, 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 dee. Okay, awesome, love that. And as a reminder, we do have a lovely little sale that's happening. This sale is on the collection Lace Doilies. Lace Doilies, I have to say, is a great little vintage favorite. It is going to be 50% off on our website. And originally it's about $35, so you'll be able to get that at $17. And again, that is Lace Doilies. I was trying to think of the year that came out, 2018. Lauren's checking for me. Just give me a moment. We got Lace Doilies. Is it? You know I can't read that. Oh. Aha, 2018. Yes, I can. I can read the big banner. Hello. How we doing? August 2018. If you're wondering when the Lace Doilies collection came out, that is when. But that is going to be 50% off during our Lace Doilies sale. Yes, you could, Miss Leah, you could buy my energy. How much? Let's go, Miss Leah, I like it. Yes. Here we go. We do? We have a winner. Ooh, we have a winner. Do y'all want to know who it is? Mueller. Miss Peggy Mueller. Hey, Miss Peggy. Woo-woo! Congratulations, you are our winner of the $20 gift card code. If you take a peek up at the screen, all you need to do is email marketing@anita-gooddesign.com and we will get in touch with you so that you have yourself that $20 gift card code and you can go shopping with all of the goodies. All right. Now I don't know where you are all at with your Notions Nook, but it looks like I am on the end of my Nook portion. And when I first came in here, I was freezing. Now there's all these lights on me and I'm hot. Yikes. Whee! Oh, people are almost falling over in the building, in this room over here. Alrighty, let's see. Yeah. Oh, well, we love teaching you too, Miss Linda. We do. We love coming in here. We know how much you guys love these Wednesday stitch outs. Oh, Miss Peggy's getting all the congrats. Wonderful. Don't forget, Miss Peggy, email anita-gooddesign.com so that we can give you that code. And also remember, we are having that Lace Doilies sale. Lace Doilies, 50% off. You can pick that up. at $17. You don't need any code for that. That is just going to be marked down on our website at that 50% off. All right. Now I'm going to get ready to transfer to the next step because I'm seeing that our Notions Nook text is almost done. Next step is step number 5. Step number 5 looks like it's going to be the needle. So I'm going to select my next thread and get that ready. In the meantime, while that's wrapping up, I'd like to point out to all of you, let me hold the instructions up here. Hopefully you can see that. Yep, there we go. Okay, I'm gonna get my scissors so I can kind of point these out. If you are not familiar with our instruction, or this is the first time that you're using our instructions, the one thing that we do is we notate everything that's gonna happen on your machine. From here, you're able to follow along with these number steps. You can look on the screen of your machine, and this machine's going to tell you what number step you're on. You can just kind of correlate it with what's stitching out. Now, I did mention step number 4, or I'm sorry, step number 5 will be next. This is the needle. You might see these numbers here, 4, 6, 2. Those numbers indicate the thread color that we're using. Now, this is an older tutorial. This one does not say it in there, but our more recent tutorials, per your request, does tell you which thread type that we're using. So there's really going to be no guessing for you. We make it simple for you. So if you want to follow along with our instruction exactly as is, using the same threads, using the same colors, and you know, to take the guesswork out of it, you can do that. Or if you like getting creative and using your own color palettes, of course, you can do that as well. And then just as a reminder, that next little step that's going to happen, step 5, is that needle. Now, if you're looking on your design right now, mine is stitching out the little swirly, kind of scrolly portion of Nook in that word, Notions Nook. And there's a little divot. And I want to point it out only because sometimes, oh, it's going to put the dot on the I. I forgot about that part. I do want to point out this little kind of gap in the thread, because I think you may often feel like, oh, something's not right with the digitizing, but I want to show you what's going to happen here. So if I am looking at, now I need to hold this up, correct? Is this, I'm doing this correctly? Yeah. Okay, if you look right about, thank you, yeah, here, it looks like, hopefully you can see that, or if you have your design finished, it might look like there is a space in between that satin stitch, like some thread is missing. That is okay, because if you look at your machine screen right now, or if you look at the design you are stitching out, I have help here. Yeah, there is that needle that we're going to stitch out next. That goes through that satin stitch. So it's going to cover up that gap. So everything is going to be okay. All right, so from here, I'm going to trim out my threads, pull it out, rethread, and I will just keep it moving. Alrighty.
Will you remind them that this is going to be, this will stay on our Facebook and YouTube page if they want to watch it?
Absolutely. Now, if you happen to just be joining us, or if you are someone who likes to watch first and maybe go back later, this will stay up on our Facebook page. It's also going to be able to be found on our YouTube, and you'll be able to watch this again. So as many times as you want to kind of come back and join me for Hoop Letter Holder, you will be able to do that. Oh, hello from Oklahoma. Do you use stabilizer like batting in the pocket? Okay, so in this pocket, that's a really good question. Miss Carol just asked, do you use stabilizer like batting in the pocket? In this pocket, I did not use a batting. However, you could if you wanted to. It really comes down to personal preference. There is no batting in this step, but that does not mean that you couldn't add it if you wanted to. So all you would do is in the beginning, after you stitch out your placement stitch, when you go to you'll place your fabric. Then what I would do, now I'm going to use batting in my next hooping, so I do have a piece here. But what I would do if I wanted to add batting in the pocket is when I place that fabric down on top of my placement stitch, I could then add batting. Now you want to be careful, because if you do add batting completely across the entire piece of fabric, remember there's that folding stitch, so you might get that extra layer. You know, you're going to get those extra layers there of batting, and I just don't know how thick you want your batting to be. If you want your batting to stay the thickness, you know, it's typically about, what, 1/8 of an inch thick, or this embroidery batting I'm using is, what I would do is keep it specifically over the placement stitch of the hooping. That way I'm just kind of folding the fabric that's going on top of there over my batting. And then that might give you a little bit more of like a quilted appeal, because you have that extra layer inside. So that's a really great question. Thank you for asking that. Okay, I'm going to move on to step 6, following along with my machine and with my instructions. Step 6 is the little hearts that are in a little cross stitch pattern. So I'm going to change out my threads for that guy. Ho ho. Ooh, Lauren, should I show them that trick I learned? Ooh, remember that little trick?
Oh okay. Yes, I forgot.
I know. I forgot. Oh, there's a couple of things. Okay. All right, I have a little fun trick that I just learned from one of my co-workers not too long ago, and it's one of those things that made me really feel like, oh man, what have I been doing all these years using these threads? Now, let me thread this first before I show you. Okay, all right, so while the heart is stitching out, let me show you this fun little thing that I found. Okay, so I'm using Floriani threads. Some of you might be using Floriani threads. Now, you know when you pull your thread off, you have this little tail. Now, it looks like I'm just grabbing at some imaginary looks like I'm grabbing imaginary air. But you know what I'm doing. I'm actually showing you I am petting this tail of thread. So with the Floriani, there's like a built-in holder for the thread. You know, you just kind of like wrap that around, and then you have this piece that can like pop off on the bottom of the spool of thread. You can pop it back on. That holds your tail in place. So I can just put my tail, let me make mine long. I got my tail in here, but watch what happens. Okay, I have my tail. I don't know how well you can see. Now it's hanging, right? I have it in between. It's hanging. But if I turn that little bottom piece, it very neatly and in an extremely organized fashion tucks it in there. I am shook that I learned this trick. How did I not know that? This makes life so organized. My goodness, look, I'm gonna do this with the white one too. Put that little tail sucker right in between. Give it a good wind up. Boom. No tail. Looks like a brand new, look at those. No hanging tails. So organized. Nice and neat. Who's, I need to know. Yes, wow, Jen, exactly. Thank you, Anita Goodesign. I know I blew your mind. Look at that sarcasm coming through the comments, y'all. That's my work wife on the other side of that line there. Who's learned that for the first time? If you're a first time learner, let me know, I wanna know. All right, we're moving on. Step 7, we're almost done. 3 steps left. Step 7 looks like we have some flowers. So you're gonna have to change out your threads if you want. If you wanna keep them all the same color, you can. Oh man, I got my thread stuck in there, I think. Okay, don't do this. Don't ever pull yours out from the top. I learned that that's not a good thing, but mine was stuck and it was up and I had no choice. I'm gonna change, right, we have a flower. Yeah, I'm gonna do purple. Okay, let's change this out. Purple flower. Off we go. Keep it going, keep it moving. Let's see. I want to see if anybody learned that trick. Oh, didn't know? Thank you. Yes. Don't you love that? I know. I love first time learning too. Oh, she didn't know. First time. Yes. No shame. There is no shame. We learn something new every day, every week, every month. And here I am, just going to roll up my thread tails while I'm over here, because this is like my favorite new trick that I've learned. Just keeps it so nice and organized, you know? Now I get mad when I see the thread rack and there's little tails hanging down, because I'm like, I know everybody knows about this now. I feel like I was the last to know.
Lots of first time.
Yes, who knew? Awesomeness, I know. Excellent. Yes. All right. Okay, just as a reminder, as my little flower is stitching out, we only have 2 steps left to go after this, so we're almost done. Just as a reminder, Lace Doilies is on sale. All you need to do is head on over to AnitaGoodDesign.com. Lace Doilies is already 50% off. Does not need any special code, and you can get that. It is available. You're seeing it up on the screen right now. 50% off through the 12th at, it says AA 59 p.m., which is an odd time. So that would be 11:59 p.m. Eastern time, y'all. So let me just clarify that for you. If it's okay, you know, we're all humans here. We're making mistakes, and we're just gonna keep it rolling. And I'll just give you all the correct information. And while you are taking note of the correct time, oh, that's what I keep doing. I keep pulling it too high up. I'm gonna move on to our next step. So I'm changing out my thread again. Next step is step 8. That is the border, which is that long kind of white scalloped portion there. I think I'm gonna kind of copy that color. Oh, if you twist it the opposite way, it loosens up for you too. Gosh, I love this. I love this. I think I'm gonna show the start-stop trick too.
Oh.
Oh. I don't know when, but I will. I got another trick up my sleeve for all y'all. Okay, let's just stitch out that border. Off it goes. This part's probably going to take a little bit, so I think I will take this time to share some new announcements. I have my little sticky note here to remind you all. Guess what? We have a new curriculum coming out this summer, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong.
June.
Yes, June.
Fridays in June.
Fridays in June.
For 201?
Yes, Fridays in June, 201, Anita's University. So you will be able to join us and stitch out all things quilting we love. We know how much you all enjoyed our previous Anita's University that we were doing on some Saturdays, switched to Fridays. So Fridays in June, mark that down in your calendar. We will be starting our Anita's University 201, all things quilting. And we do have a special guest, Miss Tammy, our seamstress. She is going to be joining everybody and showing y'all with seamstress narration how to put together your quilt blocks and how to finish your quilt. So I think a lot of you are going to really enjoy that piece. I know how much you loved the video at our 201 events, so I think you'll really enjoy seeing what Tammy has in store for you and what she has to teach all of you. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and read through some comments and see if you have any questions. I have to lean in here because I'm blind and can't see.
Oh, who our newbies are too?
Shout, I'm sorry, say that one more time.
You want to shout out our first timers? Anybody a first timer joining us?
Yes.
And we'll shout
okay, give me a little woo woo if you are a first timer here. Give me a woo woo if you're a first timer, and we are going to pick our second winner to win our $20 gift card code. If you are a first time joiner, give me a little woo woo. If you make the choo-choo train sound, that's extra bonus points. Maybe you'll put the little train emoji. Yes. Okay, Miss Linda, stay tuned because we might be doing some projects that you did not do in the class. So excellent for you. Yes. Oh, we got our woo-woo. Here it is, coming in hot. Oh, look it.
There you go.
Signed up already. Oh, signed up already. Woo-woo. It's coming in.
There you go, Miss Odette.
I like it.
Miss Karen,
okay,
Miss
yes,
Tina.
Miss Tina, everybody. Oh, Miss Diana's looking forward to Tammy. First timer, woo woo. Everybody's woo wooing. I like it. Okay, we'll get a winner. We'll get a winner here real soon. Miss Sandra with the woo woo. Miss Sally with the woo woo. Miss Cindy with the woo woo. Okay, we do have a winner, Miss Connie Wells. Miss Connie, congratulations. You are our first timer winner. We hope you are enjoying yourself so far today. You have won the $20 gift card code. So all you'll need to do is contact marketing at anita-gooddesign.com. Go ahead and email us we will be in contact with you and make sure that you get that $20 gift card code, and then you get to go shopping for all the goodies. All the goodies. Yes, congrats, Miss Connie. All right, I'm about halfway through that little scalloped border across the top. I have a little bit more to go. So, what I think I will do, we are in the month of May. We're actually almost about halfway through the month of May, if you can believe it or not. So if you are not familiar with our May releases, what I might do is share some of my favorites with you. The first one being a large release for the month of May, and that is going to be our very beautiful Alphabet Garden quilt. You can see that right there. You see those letters. This is a beautiful, beautiful collection. I am going to, oh look, it's right in the front. I'm going to open up to these pages. Hopefully, I'm wondering, actually I'm going to do it from here because I'll be able to have better control over the pages when I'm turning them. I'm trying to hold them up nice to you. Let's see, there we go. How's that? Good? Yes? I'm being told how to, yep, okay. Well, if I need to turn, just let me know, holler at me. Okay, I'm gonna scroll through some of these pages so you can see the different letters. This is a quilting collection. Again, it is called Alphabet Garden Quilt. It has all the letters of the alphabet, and then it's gonna have some additional types and styles of block as well. Thank you. In the meantime, before I turn the page, we do have one last step to finish up our pocket. The last step is going to be these little small hearts that go over the border that we just stitched out, that little scalloped border. So I'm going to change my thread real quick, and then I will continue with our, I'm going to do the red again, I think. Red hearts. All right, here we go. All right. My machine is treating me very nicely today. Now watch.
Miss Cassandra has spied out the fruit bags.
Oh boy, should I show her? Wait, no.
Citrus bags.
Okay, I'll show those because those are favorite too. So thank you for pointing those out. Those are a lot of fun.
Those are cute, right?
Yeah, those are summer collection. Okay, so Alphabet Garden Quilt here. You can see I'm just gonna quickly turn the pages. Each of the letters will have an applique large letter featured in the center there, and then it has some really beautifully, realistically digitized applique flowers. You have stippling, you have this beautiful decorative contrasting dark blue stitch throughout each of the designs. And again, of course, you might have some little critter element, creature, insect, butterfly, dragonfly in the different blocks that are included. Beyond the, beyond the letter blocks, there's also some border blocks that are going to be included. So you can see this really beautiful full get up really quickly and pull over that little citrus bag that you're kind of noticing in the back there. Oh, I wish we had the little kiwi. Okay, I'll grab them both really quickly. All right, so this is like a double sneak peek. Okay, we are coming out with fruit slices collection. All right, now there's a bunch of different styles or types of fruit, and they're each just made up of one slice. Now you could take one of the slices, and if you stitch out 8 of them, you're going to get half of the piece of fruit. So I have half of my orange. I stitched out 8 blocks, you know, 4 on the front, 4 on the back, and I have half of an orange here. And then to really turn up the heat here, I can turn this into like a really fun summer little crossbody bag. Oops, I got to be careful with my microphone there. I got my little crossbody bag, or if I want to make this in a larger size, maybe I can use it for the beach, or I can bring it to the pool. You could do, if you did 8 blocks in the front, 8 blocks in the back, then you have yourself a really adorable summer pillow. You could add that to some outdoor patio furniture. If you like to change out the decor during the seasons, you can definitely do that in the house as well. This little adorable watermelon, look how cute this is. This adorable little watermelon bag has some shorter straps on it. You can use that as a great little handbag if you want. How cute is this? This is just so fun. You guys liking these little fruit slices? Yes, Miss Linda loves those. She likes these. I like the pillow factor. I think that that's really cute. It's a lot of fun. It's kind of a different way to incorporate the quilting and the hoop technique and turning that into a larger project. All right, it looks like I am wrapped up with my pocket design. Right? Yeah. Yep, okay. My machine is indicating that I'm done, so what I'm gonna do from here is remove everything off of my hoop, and I'm gonna get ready for my second hooping. Now my second hooping is going to be the back portion of that design, that circular portion down here. We are now gonna be working on design number 8, so HPPL 8. And again, you want to be mindful of the size you're stitching out. So I just made a pocket in the B size. I will also want to make sure that I stitch out the back in the B size. If I accidentally loaded the A size, thank you, Miss Galen. If I accidentally loaded the A size, what would happen is when I go to attach my pocket, it's not gonna fit. So just make sure that you are loading that same size. So you might need to, you're gonna have to exit out, re-enter your USB and load that back portion. So again, we just finished up the pocket, which is design 8, or I'm sorry, which is design 7. We are now going to load design 8. So I'm gonna do that right now, get us ready to go. And okay, now this time design 8 is going to be larger than my pocket, obviously. This one is at about 6.5 by 6.5. So I have increased, here we are. I've increased my hoop size, okay? Prior to this hooping, I'm a little blurry here, I noticed. Prior to this hooping, I was using the 6 by 10, but I am now using our larger 8 by 12. All right, and I'm gonna pop that in. Oh, it would help if I put the hoop in the correct way. It needs to insert through the lever area. I had mine backwards. All right. Okay, mine's good to go here. Let me grab my fabric for my next hooping. Okay. And I'm off and ready to go. And I'm just gonna start. Off we go. Okay, I'm stitching step 1. Step 1 is going to be our placement stitch. It's going to be in the shape of a circle. Placement stitches will always be just a single ply, okay? Going around, it's going to show you where you need to place something. Now, if you're looking and following along with the steps in your tutorial, after placement stitch, it's going to tell you you're going to place batting after this step. So in this particular design, we will use batting. I'm going to go ahead and place this once my needle is finished here. You want to make sure that you are covering that placement stitch entirely. Okay, so I'm not going to see any of that thread. Yes, Miss Lauren.
Okay, so they are going crazy for the citrus bags.
Oh man.
You just remind them that
yes.
It is a future release.
Yes.
Release this summer, but we can't tell them when.
Okay, so let me just back up a little bit. Someone's got to get the kiwi, okay? So it's downstairs in, who's got it? It was in with graphics.
Oh, good crap.
Oh, thank you. Okay, you gotta see this. It's so fun. Okay, so we have our great little orange bag. We have our watermelon bag. This is from a future collection. I'm not allowed to tell you when it's coming out. I really want to, but I'll get in trouble. So don't tell Lauren that I really want to spill the beans. This is fruit slices. Fruit slices. What I will say is when you think of fruit, what season do you think of? Actually, this is a game. This is gonna turn into our next prize winner, y'all. What season do you think of when you hear the word fruit? That might just be when these get released.
I pulled it somewhere.
What season? Oh, fine, Lauren's cheating. It's okay. Type in the season and we will pick a winner and you will win the $20 gift card code. Again, you're not winning these. You're winning a $20 gift card code. Fruit, oh wait, no. Type the season. Lauren already gave you the answer. After she told me I wasn't allowed to tell you when it's coming. Well, the specific month. Oh, I see. It's coming in. It is yes, you are right, of course. Aren't these adorable? They love them. Oh, I'm so glad. Oh, I can't wait to show you the kiwi when Elise brings it upstairs. You guys are going to love it. I'm noticing I'm very veiny in the neck. It's kind of strange. It's just like, I had to comment on it because I'm like, wow. Ooh. Ooh, I did not do lifting at the gym today. It was just cardio. All right, so while you're typing in that summer, oh, give you the answer. While you're typing in the season, I'm gonna go ahead and just hit my button for step number 2. That's gonna be our tacking stitch. This is gonna secure our batting. I did forget to mention that I am using another piece of tearaway stabilizer for that second hooping as well. If this is the first project that you are stitching out with us, the tacking stitch, you will notice that tacking stitch is going to go around not once, but it's going to go around twice. This is going to double secure that. Oh yeah, this is going to double secure that to your stabilizer. All right, now I did promise I'm going to show you something else fun. Okay, so you see my orange bag. Orange, you glad I have a bag to show you? I'm sorry, I had to go there. Okay, so you see my orange bag. Oh man, we have a new employee, and she is getting her daily dose of Jen live for the first time. So she doesn't know me yet. Look at this awesome orange pillow. How fun is that? So you have your little matching bag with your little, how cute are these? I can't stand it. Wait till you see this kiwi. I think it's the most adorable thing ever. Okay, I loved kiwi when I was a kid. This was like my favorite fruit. I think it's because my dad split it in half and he made me eat it with a spoon. And it was just really fun, but how, look at this was really, it's not that bright, but on camera it's like, whoa, hello, I'm green kiwi. How cute is this kiwi pillow? I keep wanting to call it a bag, but it's a pillow. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I love to hear me laugh too. Isn't that funny? Oh, it's so loud. But anyway, okay.
We have our winner, Jen.
Oh yes, I almost forgot about the winner. Thank you.
It is Shirley Rusted.
Miss Shirley Rusted, congratulations. Miss Summer Shirley Rusted, you have won our next $20 gift card code. Go ahead and email the email you see on the screen right now, marketing@anita-goodesign.com. Let's see, how do they keep coming out with different designs every month? Because we are psychos over here. It's so fun to think of the different designs, the different collections. Okay, Miss Shirley, we will be getting in touch with you. Go ahead and email us, and we will shoot your gift card code right over to you. All right, what I need to do now is I'm going to need to go ahead and trim. I need to get rid of all this extra. See, sticking out from beyond the tacking stitch. This is really hard to do by watching myself on camera do that. I'm going to get rid of that. Always best to put your hoop down on a flat surface. And when you're trimming, go ahead and just practice trimming right up close to, right up flush next to that tacking stitch. Now what I'm going to tell you is you want to be careful. You don't want to clip any of the stitches. Now with more experience I gain and the more projects I stitch out, if I happen to clip one or two, it's fine. I'm going to put a piece of fabric over top of this, so it's going to hold it in anyway. Now if I got rid of a whole entire like series of stitching, I might want to kind of go back and restitch that, but if I happen to clip in to one or two of the stitches, you're going to be fine to keep it moving. Don't worry about it too much. You know, one of the things that I feel like, myself included, we get caught up on is the need to be so perfect with these. Sometimes it's okay to make the little like, oops, I clipped that, oh well, it's fine. Oops, before I move on, I want to show you. Okay, so next we're going to cover the batting with our piece of base fabric, right? So all you'll need to do is you want to make sure that you have 1/2 inch seam allowance sticking out around the outside. Okay, I have plenty. My piece of fabric is cut perfect, and I'm just going to go ahead and lay that on top. You're not going to see my batting. You're not going to see my tacking stitches, my placement stitches. That's what you want. You want your base fabric to cover that up entirely. What's on my fabric there? Oh, okay. And then step number 3 is our tacking stitch for our base fabric. So we had 2 tacking stitches in a row, one for the batting, and the one that's stitching out now is going to be for the fabric. Now if you want to tape your fabric in place, you can. I've stitched out enough of these projects at this point where I feel confident and comfortable kind of smoothing out my fabric. You might be seeing me do this right now. Just be careful when you do this if you are new or this is a first time project. If it's your first time, use tape. So we're just not entirely sure where the needle's going to go yet. And you, of course, don't want to get dung with that needle in your finger. I've done that with a 10 needle right into my nail bed, and that was not fun. It felt real good, if you can imagine. I'm sure a lot of you can. A lot of you have done that as well. All right, so we're on step 4. Step 4 is going to be the flower border. That flower border goes along that top arch of this part of our hoop letter holder. Ooh, don't forget to let me show them the start stop.
Okay.
And I want to, I'm going to put the purple on. I used purple flowers in my last one in that pocket. Okay, these are going to stitch out for a second, so I think I can maybe talk about some more May releases with y'all while this is going. All right, off my flowers go. Okay, questions? Do we have any questions, Lauren, coming in?
They are questions.
Let's see. All right, well, Lauren is looking.
Will you remind we have some new people?
Yes.
Remind them that it's available later.
Okay.
Facebook.
Okay, if you are new to our Wednesday live stitch outs, you are able to go back and watch this video again after the live. You can find that on our Facebook page. You can also find that on our YouTube. So if you are someone who just kind of likes to sit and you're very visual at first, you want to see what's happening, go ahead and sit, enjoy yourself, get yourself an iced tea, get yourself a little, you know, cockatiel, whatever it is that you fancy at this particular time of day, that's fine. And later on, when you're ready to stitch out the project, you can re-watch this live video on our Facebook page or on our YouTube channel. All right, what's next? Oh, let's see here. Oh, bag lovers. Okay, if you are a bag lover, we have these really awesome, hopefully you can see this in the camera here. I'm going to move it over while my thing is stitching out. We have the very fun monogrammed ruffle bags coming out. I'm sorry, they are out. It is May. This was released just this month. You get an entire monogram set. You can see those on my pages here. The difference is the little designs next to the monogram itself. So you have several varieties to choose from. With the designs, you get all the letters, of course, so you can make a personalized bag. The instructions will show you how to make that great, cute little ruffle. I love this project because I really love playing with different fabrics, and this is the type of project where I can use something that has a little bit more pattern in the fabric, and I don't have to be super mindful of maybe all of the applique or embroidery getting lost, because down here it's just kind of blank on there. So the monogrammed ruffle bags is also a collection that's coming out. You can see that this month, or yeah, already came out this month. You can see the different styles here. It's a bunch of them. Great little patterns, great little designs that go with all the letters of the alphabet. Oh, I love this with the little flowers kind of in the center there. Yeah. Okay. Let's see, I think our flowers are just about finished. Next step is step 5. Step 5 is going to be your safety pin and your seam ripper and pin. Safety pin, seam ripper and pin. Do I want to use gray for that? Let's see, what is that? Yeah, I'm going to use the gray for, oh, it also stitches out. Oh, it also stitches out, okay. So it does your scrolling and your swirlies and your flowers at the top, and then it's going to finish step number 4 with like the base of the seam ripper. I think you guys have lost me, but they're trying to figure it out, so don't worry. I'll be back. All right. My design is moving on to...
You're good, Jen. I think it might be me.
No, it's okay. All right. I moved on to step number 5, so I'm going to change my threads out. Step number 5 again is going to be the seam ripper, the safety pin, and the little pin over to the right side of that design. Let me rethread. Oh, doo-doo. Let me get this going here. Boom. Now going back to my lovely fruit slice pillow, I have to share with you. So we just moved our digitizers and our graphic designers. We moved them from one office into a larger office, and we had new desktops installed for them in this new office that they're in. And we didn't account that the chairs might be too short for them. So some of them feel like they're the adults sitting at, like, you know, a little kiddie table. So they have said that the fruit slice pillows work very good as a little booster seat. So if you are someone who is vertically challenged like myself, you could also use this to sit up a little bit in your seat if you need to. Makes a great little chair pillow for you. What else do I have? I have reminders. Oh, reminder, I want to keep reminding you all that our lace doilies is on sale, 50% off. That's going to be through the 12th. Yep, through the 12th, Lauren's trying to mess me up. Through the 12th, Lauren, 11:59 p.m. Eastern time. And that is going to be the lace doilies, 50% off. You don't need a code, just hop on the AnitaGoodesign.com website. That will already be at 50% off for you. Let's see. Okay. Now this portion of our hoop pocket has 13 steps. We're on step 5 of 13. Our next step, I'm going to get ready for step 6, which is our safety pin clip and part of the seam ripper. Safety pin clip. Okay, let's see. All right, I'm ready to move on here. So I'm going to change my thread out. We're about halfway done with this design. Now, while this next part is stitching out, I want to show you what I'm going to do with the pocket, because I did not go back there yet. Oh. Okay. Off we go. All right. Now I moved right into that second hooping. I am at a point where I can take the pocket portion out of my hoop. So I'm just gonna pop that out. So if you haven't done that already, go ahead and do so. Ooh, nicely tight hooping, Lauren. Oh, very nice job there. Nice. Oh man, I almost couldn't get that off. Okay, let me put that underneath.
Nobody likes the loose hoops.
I know, nobody likes the loose hoops, that's for sure. All right, what I like to do is I'm gonna tear the stabilizer. Oop, hang on, we're down here. Hello. Okay, okay. I'm gonna tear the stabilizer away. You can cut it out. I don't have very large scissors, so I'm gonna go ahead and I can tear this away. Just be careful when you get closer to your, oh, I got scissors coming in. Be careful when you get closer to your design. My machine stopped, so I'm going to change my thread out and then I'm going to continue getting rid of this stabilizer here. So if you're following along, if you're right where I am, we are on step 7 of design number 8. That's going to be the spool of thread. So go ahead and select your color for that, change your thread out for that, get your machine going. Let's do the blue. Oh, what was that? Loud noises happening. Oh, I'm getting my thread cut up. My goodness. Why is it so hard to put the thread on the thing sometimes? Like, that just seems like the, why? I don't know. Okay. My sleeve is getting caught in the arm of the machine. All right, ladies, you can tell I'm winding down. Okay. All right. I'm going to continue while the spool is stitching out. I'm going to continue ripping this off here. If you want to use, you know, scissors to cut this out, you can. Be careful you don't cut your fabric. I'm just going to continue tearing. Now, if you are super OCD or you know, like things very perfect, you could essentially remove all this from back here. I'm going to leave mine in for time purposes, but you could take like the tip of your sharp scissor, you could take a seam ripper, get in there, and you can remove all of those if you want to. That's, again, personal preference. If you have some little threads sticking out, this is where I like to trim them so they're out of the way. It's just kind of cleanup duty. So go ahead and clean that up. I'm on step 8, so while I'm cleaning my pocket up, I'm also going to change out my thread. Step 8 is our thread to go along with the spool. So let's see, I'm going to use the black here for that. Aha. I'm going to show them start stop when I attach. I think that's going to be a good time to do that. Boom.
You can remind them tomorrow at 1:30. I'm going to be going live talking about all things 201 class.
Okay, everybody.
More information.
Tomorrow at 1:30 Eastern Time, Lauren's going to be going live to share all things about our Anita's University 201 on Fridays, okay? So go ahead and join her tomorrow, 1:30 Eastern Time. Go ahead and mark that on your calendar. I looked up to see if she put a banner up, but she didn't. I was like, take a picture. But tomorrow at 1:30, Lauren's going to go live. She's going to talk to you about the 201 class that we'll be doing on Fridays. Are they going to be able to ask you questions, Lauren?
Yeah, it's going to be interactive.
Okay, it's going to be interactive, so there will be a little Q&A session for you. So if you have any questions about the 201 class, you'll be able to ask Lauren during that live little Q&A informational session. All right, step 9, I'm gonna move right along here. Step 9, owie, almost cut my finger. That's fun. We have the top and bottom of the spool. You know what, I shouldn't have done that. I was like, oh, I could just keep it this color. I'm just gonna keep it this color. Okay. I do need to show you my fun little, whatchamacallit, ruler too in a moment here. Oh. I'm going to watch my thread for a second because I didn't cut that great. Looks fine. All right, keep it moving. Okay, I've trimmed up my pocket here while my spool top and bottom are stitching out. I've trimmed up my pocket here. I removed my stabilizer. Now I'm gonna take this piece, let me move this over here. This piece I will eventually be taking and attaching it to the hoop, right? Because I gotta attach my pocket to my hoop letter holder so that it becomes that hoop letter holder. Now what I wanna do is trim that down. I could do a couple of things to trim this down, right? I wanna trim along, you know, the line of the tacking stitch. So this arc here, I want to trim along. I could just use fabric shears, fabric scissors, and I could go ahead like I was trimming, right? And just cut. Make sure you leave yourself some seam allowance, at least 1/2 inch. Or you may have a circular ruler, which I'll show you in a moment after I change up my thread. All right, we just have 3 steps left. I think we have 2 more steps of embroidery. The next step is step 11. That's going to be the details on the measuring tape, right? Yeah, details on the measuring tape. Let me see what color I want to use here. I'm gonna try this one. I don't know if it's gonna show up, but you know what? We're just gonna try it. I like this color, and if it doesn't show up, I won't use it again on this fabric. Let's just see what happens. Off we go. Okay, so I'm on step 10. If you are right along with me, this is gonna be the details and designs on the measuring tape. Now I did mention I have this circular ruler here, right? This is really nice when you are cutting things that are of circular shape, because I can just follow along on here, you know, and cut that out. Now I'm not working on like a cutting table surface, so I'm just gonna go ahead and use my scissors while that measuring tape is stitching out, and I'm gonna leave myself at least 1/2 inch, just a little more, because we can also trim this out later too. And then I have a couple ways to show you how to finish this design. Oy. Oh. I started going through just one layer of that fabric. Okay. Now I'm not going to show you my cutout because it looks like I ate it along the bottom. It's not very pretty, but I am cut out. I'm all cut out and ready to go. I have a little bit of my seam allowance. That's gonna help me attach to that back portion of my hoop letter holder. So I'm gonna put this off to the side in a moment here. Okay. All right. Do we move on? Nope. We have one more thing to stitch out. Okay, this is part of the seam ripper. How about we have another $20 gift card code winner? What do you think, ladies? Yes? Okay, this time we need to type in seam ripper, 2 words, seam ripper. We're gonna pick a winner here momentarily. Type in the word seam ripper to win that $20 gift card code. While you're typing that in, I am moving on to the next step. Ooh, now I'm on step 11. I think I just told you I was on step 11. I was on step 10, which was the measuring tape. Step 11 is now the details on the measuring tape. That makes more sense. I think I'm gonna use gray for that. I'm getting excited because we're getting close to the end, and I have another trick to share with everybody. While you're typing in the word seam ripper to win the next gift card code, don't forget we also have 50% off promotion going with the lace doilies collection. You can get that for $17 at that 50% off price. Typically it's $35. Seam ripper, seam ripper. Who wants to win? And remember, Fridays in June. Fridays in June, we will be doing a live Anita's University 201 Fridays in June. You want to tune in tomorrow, 1:30 Eastern Time with Lauren. She is going to do a little informational session. She's going to do some Q&A so that you can ask her all things 201. Remember my little trick with the Floriani threads? You can swoop those up really nicely. Boop, boop. If you go the opposite way, it loosens up that thread too. Boom, boom. Our seam ripper winner is going to be chosen shortly here. Oh, it looks like we have one now. Yes. Copen? C-O-P-E-N. Lisa Copen. Hey, you are our next $20 gift card winner. Congratulations. Go ahead and email the address you see on the screen right now, marketing@anita-goodesign.com. You are our next $20 gift card winner. We will be in touch with you. You'll be able to get that $20 code, and that will allow you all the lovely access to all of our $20 worth of free designs for you. Okay, I think we're just about, oh, it's still got to do the little pin on the other side, I think. Right, I think it's at top, the pin top on that other side. Yeah, okay. So while it's doing that, I can show you, I'll show you some finished. Okay, so here's another example. This is another design in the hoop letter holder collection. It's more of a summary design. This one also has more of like a free motion stitching in the back with this fun summer design in the front. Things to notice here. This one, if you look on the back side, it's trimmed up really tightly. So you don't see any fabric sticking out right from behind that wooden embroidery hoop here. In a moment, we're gonna do the scissors right now. What color do I wanna do scissors? We'll do some blue scissors. Now I'm gonna start the scissor design. We're on step 12. We have 2 steps left. This step right now, step 12, is our last embroidery step. And then all we have left is to attach. So I love a live stitch out like today because it's a pretty quick project. And we have something completely finished when we're done. All right. Oh, let me cut that again. I didn't like the way, well, I didn't like the way it did that either, but we're just gonna let it go. Hang on a minute. I might not like the way it looks. Okay. All right. Yep. Okay, we're good. Okay. Now the other example, I have another hoop letter holder here. This one is all about your reading glasses, sunglasses, says sunglasses, readers, specs. This is a nice little way that you could add your decor, whether it's in, you know, a reading nook or it's in your sewing room. And you can also, you know, you could put your little glasses in there. I mean, I have my scissors in there. You could use sewing notions and put them in there as well. You can hold mail inside of there if you'd like. Now the one thing I want to show you is this one is definitely finished differently than that summer design I just showed you. So if you're looking at the reader's design, you can see that we've left seam allowance that sticks out from beyond that wooden hoop, and then we just gave it kind of this like pleated look. So it has a different type of finish. So you can finish these in a couple of ways. If you wanted to, you could even take your fabric, you can glue it to the back side. You don't want to trim it down, you're worried about it pulling through. You can have that extra seam allowance and glue that right along the inner part of that wooden embroidery hoop. So I think, now I'd have to, hang on a second, am I going to be able to tell? Hang on, I want to give you some more info. But I want to make sure that this is going to tell me what I do. I forget off the top of my head what size wooden hoop this is. I don't want to give you false information. I was trying to think. Lauren pops back in. I'll see if she remembers off the top of her head. Okay, our scissors are still stitching out. I showed you a couple ways to finish your hoop letter holder, whether it's trimming it close like the summer design, whether it's leaving some seam allowance. You could even use some really cute pinking shears, and then that'll give the edge of your fabric a really fun design. This is cotton. What I would do maybe is add some you know, fray check, or I could use Material Magic on this and keep that from fraying when I do cut it out. So if you're worried about having those loose little frilly nillies, you can use that fray check, fray stop, and then you won't have to worry about that whatsoever. That's for the A? The B? Oh, excellent. Okay. Excellent. Okay, so I had mentioned earlier I'm stitching out the B size project of the hoop letter holder. The B size is going to fit in a 7-inch wooden embroidery hoop. I believe these ones are the larger size. These are like the 7-inch size. So these would fit in your 8-inch hoop. So the B size is going to take a 7-inch hoop. The A size is going to take an 8-inch hoop. Did I say that correctly? B size 7-inch, A size 8-inch. For some reason when I say B size, I hear 8 in my mind, and it's like moving faster than whatever. Okay, this is the fun part. This is our very last step. We're going to attach our pocket to our main design. So I'm going to pull my hoop off here to show you, and I might need to turn it. Let me move my threads out of the way. Here, my scissors out of the way. Okay, there we go. You can see me nice and clear. Okay, now be careful if you kind of took your hoop out and you've moved it to a different orientation, because you just want to make sure that your pocket goes down correctly. Oh, I have a little tail here, so if you see any tails or anything, you know how the threads get caught up at times, just go ahead and trim. I'm going to trim that out now because that's going to bug me if I don't. Whoop. Okay, that one I'll leave because I know that's little. I'm getting just nitty gritty now. All right, so my pocket is gonna lay right over this section. So you see my embroidery is over here on the left side of the screen. I need my pocket to go over here on the right side of the screen. You can just very easily attach this by lining up your tacking stitches, right? Now, you wanna be careful because if I have it pulled down too low, I have a space in between my embroidery and that top edge of my pocket. Or if I pull it up too high, you're also gonna know it just looks odd. It's not in that circular shape anymore. Your tacking stitches aren't aligning. I'm covering up a lot of my embroidery. This will sit right where that embroidery stops, okay? And you'll be able to, oh, perfect. I can perfectly align those tacking stitches. Now, I'm definitely going to use tape here. I use this pink embroidery tape. You can see that. I have that in the screen right now. Sometimes, I know a lot of you like to use the, oh gosh, it looks like the medical tape. That stuff is excellent as well. Ooh, see, now be careful because I just moved mine accidentally. So I'm gonna put a piece of tape in the center. I'm also going to put tape over here and over here, covering where the pocket meets my tacking stitches, because if I do not, what will happen is when I put my hoop back on the machine and I hit go, when my tacking stitch starts, it could essentially get caught up, and then boom, it's gonna rip that pocket out, it's gonna throw my design out of alignment, and we're not gonna like that. So I'm also going to put this tape over this edge. Now some of you might be wondering, well, your needle's gonna go right there. That's okay. This tape is made for embroidery projects. It's made for the needle to go right over it. It's gonna rip right out very easily. You won't have to worry about it. But because this could potentially be a project where your presser foot could get caught, I have a trick for you, and I want to show you this trick. I've noticed along the way that not a lot of people who own this machine know this. So if you have now anyone out there could have any type of machine, you could be joining us and stitching along. The trick I'm showing you right now is going to be for our brother and baby lock owners, okay? I want to change my thread out though because I have blue in there and I want to get rid of the blue. I'm going to do the gray because that's what I used the last time. All right, now as I mentioned, the trick I'm going to show you is really for our brother and baby lock owners. So if you have a brother or baby lock machine, I want to show you something really fun. Okay, I'm getting ready to attach. All right, my tape is secure, everything's good to go. I'm going to start running my design. Now you're going to notice that your needle might be a little bit more inside that tacking stitch. That's okay. It's going to allow that pocket to attach right to the back of the hoop letter holder. And now you're going to have a finished project when it's done. But I want to show you something. So I'm going to hit, oops, I'm going to hit start. My machine is starting to go. And I'm getting nervous about getting close to the tape, so I stopped it, right? I'm gonna stop it. Now let's say I have this little bulk here because the pocket is getting attached to that main fabric design. If I press and hold my button, watch what happens to my machine. Let me do it from this side. I'm just gonna press and hold it. Now when I press and hold it, my needle, it goes very slow over the bump, and it just started to come back over the bump. If I let it go, fast, 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 it's gonna go, 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 go. I'm slowing it down as it gets to that other edge. Don't worry if your tacking stitches are not perfectly aligned because you're gonna be putting that in that hoop. And you can hide that. Okay, I'm gonna let it go. That's it, that's the trick. So if you're working on a project and you have some bulk and you're worried about your needle getting through, if you do happen to have that brother baby lock machine, you can just stop your machine, press and hold that start stop button, and your needle is gonna go very slowly. And that just, I feel like that just gives you a little bit more of confidence to get through that portion of the design. All right, so from here, our hoop letter holder is done, y'all. We have finished. I do want to show you that the tape will rip out very easily. Boom, see? Out it comes, out it comes. Just be careful, be gentle when you're getting rid of it. Boop. Oh, just slips right off there. Perfect. No tape caught. Now, if you do get tape that gets caught in that tacking stitch, you can use tweezers to get that out. Okay, from here I can pop this out of my hoop. Here I am. My project is complete. The next thing I will just need to do is I can either use, you know, my circular ruler and just cut along the way as I go. For me, I feel like I can just whoop, do this and cut that out. I do like to remove my stabilizer first. I like working on the back side of the design to do so. So you can use scissors, you can use your hands, however you feel. Do we have a little one here? Okay. All right, now for time's sake, I'm not gonna trim mine out. I'm just gonna show you the little finished version here. Okay, this one goes on top. I always forget, this is the one with the notch, it goes on top. This is the one that goes on bottom. Don't make fun of me because sometimes I have a hard time getting these in here. Some of you might as well. Okay. Oh wait, wait.
No, I
think I got a too big hoop. Yeah.
That one's too big?
Yeah, but it's okay because they'll get the point. All right, so my hoop's too big, I'm sorry about that. I can see all my tacking stitches. With the correct hoop size, you're not going to see that. See how you can see my tacking stitches? You won't see that. No, it's okay. You won't see. I have another one that's over there, but it's bigger. So I'm like, oh, that's not going to fit. It's like a 9-inch. I think this is the 8-inch. I need the 7-inch. So you won't see your tacking stitches. They'll be hidden, but you would basically just put that around. Now I mentioned I'm not cutting mine out for time's sake. So mine looks really jankety right now. Remember, I'm just showing you what you will do to finish this off. Now once it's done and complete, you can just tighten that notch there. Again, your tacking stitches aren't going to show. My hoop's too big. So that's the reason for seeing all that. But you've got this great little pocket holder. You can trim this down, make it nice and tight if you want. You can add a little pinking shear to it, make it nice and swirly twirly around the edges, and then you have a great finished project for today's Wednesday live stitch out hoop letter holder with Jen. I've enjoyed time with all of you. Thank you so much for joining us. Do not forget to join us next Wednesday at 1:30 for our next live stitch out. I'm not sure what that project is. Do we know? Do we want to tell them? Oh,
It's learn to watercolor.
Oh.
Learn to watercolor.
Okay, well, I'm jealous because next week is learn to watercolor, and that's my favorite technique. So thank you for shafting me. Anyway, okay, I know who my friends are here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you have a wonderful, wonderful Wednesday. Rest your morning, rest your afternoon and evening. We will see you here next week. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow, 1:30 Eastern Time with Lauren. She's going to tell you all about our 201 Fridays in the month of June. And lastly, we have Lay's Doilies on sale, 50% off right on our website. You can get that bad boy for $17. All right, y'all. Have a great Wednesday. Bye-bye.